Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm coming to you with two new things. First thing, obviously you saw the title of this video, so we will go and talking about the beauty gurus, the influencers,
What?
spilling a little tea, telling you the secrets and the lies that they're putting out there to gain fame, gain success, and creating a business for themselves.
Girl, the shade of it all.
Before that, let me talk about something else that is new, and maybe you have noticed, maybe you have not. I invested into a new microphone. Yes! So hopefully you can hear the difference. So before I was using this one here. This is a standard Rode. You know, it came with a camera. It's a decent microphone for some people.
No.
I personally always had to go into my editing program and, edit the sound quality by, reducing background noise and reducing the humming sound that it made. So there was a lot of things that, it was not good for me enough anymore. And I filmed with this the last 3-4 years. So, it took a really long time for me to just invest into a new microphone, because I was watching the video with my last video with my husband. Even he said by watching it, he's like, oh, the sound is really not good. And that was like the okay, I need to change something. So I invested into a Rode NT USB. I was Googling online, I was looking it up, and a lot of people said this is a really decent microphone for the price point, because obviously you can buy $500-$600 microphones, but I'm not making that amount of money on YouTube, so maybe one day. So that's new. And then also I want to say something before now I end my video, because I usually say at the end of my video to go ahead and subscribe, but not a lot of people, and including myself, sometimes I don't watch videos all the way to the end. So let me do it in the beginning. If you like videos about beauty and makeup, if you are a fan of me, the gays, beauty serving face, then go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel and ring the little bell so you get notified whenever I upload. And usually I try to upload once a week to, keep it cute, because this is just a hobby and not my full-time job. Maybe one day. But I can just reach out with the help of you, so you need to do that. Okay, let's go into the video. Now, when it comes to the beauty gurus, the influencers, the YouTubers, there's a lot of things going on behind the scene that nobody's talking about. Or some people are talking about it, but it's not like really right up front and center when it comes to exposing the truth. Some of them are very obvious, some of them are surprising if you have never looked behind the curtain. I know some of the bigger names personally, and I met some of the bigger names, and so I had the pleasure to talk to some of them, and it was really funny to see the bigger the numbers get, what comes with it. The more successful you get, the bigger things are happening. So some of the things I want to tell you today, I have 10 things that beauty gurus do that you don't know about. So number one, that might be an obvious thing, but for some people it's not. It's the amount of makeup they are wearing. And I actually have a list here for whatever, I kind of was thinking about, and that was really one of the things. And I noticed that when I met them personally, and I was literally shocked, because some of them don't look in real life at all like they do on their Instagram, on the YouTube, because you have the softening lights and all the editing programs and everything. So that's all cute, but if you go in real life and you look like a caked up monster, that's not really good. The next thing that I came up with is actually the amount of time it takes to do the makeup, because obviously it's all edited down, it's all condensed, even my videos. And so my videos usually take me about an hour and a half to film. And the whole, like the makeup part, maybe up to an hour. That's like the maximum. But I saw like YouTubers like Nikki talking about it when she was like doing her makeup, and she talks about 3-4 hours doing her makeup. That's a long time. So, when you are doing your own makeup and you like done after like 30 minutes, maybe you take not even 30 minutes, and you look in the mirror and you're like, damn, like I'm never get to the level where those beauty gurus are. Well, they're taking 3 hours sometimes. So that explains a lot. The amount of makeup and the time it takes is definitely something I think some beauty gurus don't really show. Number two is free products. And I'm not talking about like the makeup, the PR boxes, because obviously we know that makeup art, like beauty gurus, get bombarded with makeup. But I'm talking about free products like bags, brushes, almost anything you can buy. You can imagine somebody has got sent it to them for just as a gift or to create a relationship. So those big brands, like, they're benefiting from beauty gurus very much. It's very affordable for them to run an ad campaign through an influencer. Number 3 is discounts on the products. When we are talking about influencers, one of the biggest, most important thing is honesty to the audience and creating that trust, because when your audience is trusting you, you can sell. And that's the main goal for those bigger influencers, is to sell you products, because that's how they make money. What they're not talking about is when they're actually buying products themselves, that they're not paying the full price. So many makeup companies offer professional makeup artists, and influencers are considered professionals, a big discount, 40%, 50, sometimes 60%. When they're talking about, oh, I bought it with my own money, they're not buying it on full price that you would buy it for. Don't feel pressured into buying all the time those new things, because a lot of times influencers, they don't buy the products if they don't get it for free or a discounted price. Number 4 is using brands that they're actually not using. So what I mean with that is, they will tell you, oh, I'm using this company's product, and then you maybe see them applying some of this, or maybe even not, and then it cuts to them having it on their face. And sometimes it's not the product that actually put on their face that they just showed you. I know this firsthand from working at Fashion Week, and I'm not saying like which time, but I worked at Fashion Week and we were asked to use Maybelline because Maybelline was sponsoring the event. On the table, on the actual table of your every makeup artist, was all Maybelline products, because, you know, there's people running around with cameras and bloggers and people seeing the product, so it's advertisement. There is all of those products, and then you had your kit underneath the table, and that's where you had the good goods. So that's where you took your foundation from, maybe your lipstick or whatever it was that was used that is not from that specific brand that actually is supposed to be featured. And sometimes that happens also to beauty gurus, that they're telling you, oh, I'm using the lipstick from this brand, and then they're actually using something else for the look. Number 5, and that's probably the most known one on my list, is Facetune. I personally use it. Everybody's using it. If you've not heard about it, it's a photo editing program. So everybody literally in the beauty industry is using it to just tweak and some create crazy looks with Facetune. And I'm like, all right, so you don't have any ports anymore. That's cool. I personally try to edit my picture in a way that it looks polished and perfected and maybe a little bit enhanced. But if you would see the picture and then I would send next to it in real life, you would be like, oh yeah, I can see it. It's commonly known. Nobody looks in real life like they do on the pictures or in the videos. So don't try to compete with us. Okay? Like, honestly, it's not worth it. It's losing sleep over not looking as perfect. The next one is something that I actually didn't know for a long time, and that's the inner circle. So some of the big names, obviously they did hang out with each other, but it's not just about being friends in real life. It's that inner circle of the highest, most influential beauty gurus, and they're like working with each other. Even if they have beef, maybe they don't even like each other, but trust me and believe, they're working with each other. Their managements are talking to each other. They're scheduling their uploads accordingly because they don't want to compete with each other. They're talking about, okay, what video are you doing next? So I'm not making the same video. Or, you know, if a big launch is, for example, and everybody's talking about one new launch, they're making sure that they're not uploading on the same day. That inner circle is very much alive and well, and if you're not part of this inner circle, it's very, very hard to get recognition, brand deals, sponsorships, anything like that. Number 7 on my list is the team behind the beauty gurus. So a lot of them really don't talk about that much, or maybe you don't see it as much, but all the big names, they have a whole entourage on people who helps them to be who they are. They have stylists, they have hair guys, wig guys, they have people for the videography, for audio, for editing the pictures, editing the videos, creating thumbnails, creating animations, creating the videos, uploading them, the manager who takes care of the business side and making sure the schedule is up to date. I think personally, and this is really honestly my opinion about it, is I think it's amazing. I hope one day I can be that for people, creating opportunities and creating jobs and providing, because I think it's amazing and beautiful, creating a legacy because of that, even off screen. So I don't think it's a negative at all. But sometimes we just have to put that into perspective when we're thinking about why the level of quality is where it is with those big names compared to like maybe smaller influencers, because they're most likely, like myself, I'm doing everything myself. There's no team, nobody, not even one person helping me with anything. So all the videos, all the editing, everything is myself. And I personally think that because of that, I also have a lot of control and I actually like it. But again, if I can one day become the opportunity for other people, I would love that. Now, number 8 on my list is actually that beauty influencers are not professional makeup artists. And what I mean with this, and this is, I just want to be really clear, some of the influencers have a professional makeup artist background. And I probably would easily be able to go back and doing professional makeup artistry and serving clients and doing all of this. But what I mean with that is now these days, because of the consumer, the viewer, there is a perception of how makeup should look like, how it should last, maybe even how much it should cost. Don't expect professional makeup artists to do what influencers will do. They will not use the same amount of makeup because they don't have to. They're not here to give you an Instagram look because, again, we talked about it, not even myself I look like I do on Instagram because it's not realistic. There's flaws. It's an artistry. It's product on the skin. The skin is moving. The skin is warm and working and alive and breathing. So all of this, just have that in mind when you book a professional makeup artist. And you do want to book professional makeup artists because your influencers, maybe they don't have the knowledge of how to keep a sanitary and hygiene makeup kit. So just have that in mind when you book your professional makeup artist. Don't compare them to influencers. They're not influencers, and vice versa. Like, don't think influencers all have a professional makeup artist background. Number 9 on my list is limited edition. And what I mean with that is if you're in the industry, you know about it. And if you're maybe a regular viewer of beauty influencers, you know it. But a lot of people don't. And it's about limited edition, that when influencers say,
oh my god, like you have to go onto the website now to buy because it's limited, and once it's sold out, it's sold out.
And then it sells out, and then they're like,
oh, it's gone.
And 2 weeks later, they're like,
well, guess what? Big announcement, restock.
And I'm like, okay, so it took you 2-3 weeks from being sold out to being back in stock in the warehouse, ready to ship? Who are you fooling? It's so stupid. And it's just the way that they're working to create hype. So people are anxious and be like, oh my God, I need to go and get it now because I will never get it again. Just don't stress yourself. And again, also, if something sells out, so be it, because there is like 10 other products that will do the same thing out there. There's nothing new that comes out that hasn't been done already in a way that it's similar or maybe even the same. And number 10 on my list is beauty gurus are salespeople. I think it's really obvious to a certain point, but maybe some people don't have that in mind when they're watching their influencers, because you're invested into the character, into the person, into their life. You feel like I'm here with my friend, with my good Judy, just watching this girl doing her makeup, this boy showing me lipsticks, whatever it is, and you don't feel that you've been like products are sold to you. But that's number one reason why people are here now influencing, is to create hype, to make you buy products, and because of that they're getting coin. And there's nothing bad about it. I just want you to have that in mind. Again, talking about how much products you actually need to create looks, you don't need that much product. It's not necessary. So just because they're showing you 500 products, don't run out and buy all of them. You don't need them. All right, guys. Alright guys, what was that? Jesus. Talking that much is really difficult. This is 10 things that beauty gurus don't tell you. Spilling the tea over here. Honey, what do you think? How or like what was one thing that maybe was really surprising to you? I would really like to know that. Leave it in the comment section. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Really helps me just, getting my name out there. And one more time, like I said at the beginning, please go and subscribe to my YouTube channel, ring the little bell, and then follow me on all those social medias. You will find all the links in the info box as always. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. And until I see you next time, as always, auf Wiedersehen und bis zum nächsten Mal.